You're welcome. It's time for business news. I'm Bayo Olayemi. Banks in Nigeria have invested 1.35 billion naira as equity participation for the development of the information and communications industry under the Small and Medium Enterprises Equity Investment Scheme. This represents 8.44% of the 16 billion naira that has been invested from the fund as at December 2006. Available data from the Central Bank of Nigeria shows that the investment from SMEs in the ICT sector are spread across 16 projects. The scheme requires all banks in Nigeria to set aside 10% of their profits after tax for equity investment and promotion of small and medium enterprises. The federal government has revealed that the country generated over 123 billion naira from industrial fisheries and aquaculture in 2006, with the fishery ranking as the fastest growing subsector in the aquaculture sector. The Minister of State for Agriculture and Water Resources, Mr. Bamidele Dada, disclosed this in Abuja at a stakeholders meeting on the implementation of the Presidential Initiative on Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. He said total investment in industrial, artisanal, ornamental fishing and aquaculture as at December 2006 stood at 79.03 billion naira, while output increased to about 123.5 billion naira, making fishery and aquaculture the fastest growing subsector in the aquaculture sector in Nigeria. The Minister of State added that the public-private sector partnership model adopted by the Presidential Committee on Fisheries had resulted in the increase in aquaculture production from 30,000 metric tons in 2001 to over 80,000 metric tons in 2006, making Nigeria the largest producer of farmed fish in Africa. Activities on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange improved significantly as both volume of trade and market indicators recorded marginal increases. The market capitalization, which opened trading at 4.890 trillion naira, went up to close transactions today at 4.976 trillion naira. The all-share index increased to close activities at 36,784.51 points from yesterday's 36,152.94 points. Volume of transaction in shares of listed equities also went up from yesterday 312 million shares to 363 million shares, worth 7.040 billion naira, grossed in 9,722 deals. Nestle topped all the gainers on the gainers table, adding 11 naira 10 kobo to its share price, followed by Mobil, a petroleum stock, which added 8 naira 27 kobo. WAPCO share price went up by 3 naira 46 kobo, while Guinness also added 3 naira to its value. On the other hand, Chevron, also a petroleum stock, recorded a 5 naira share price slash to lead other losers. 7up dropped 2 naira 34 kobo from its value, while EcoBank Transnational Incorporated and Cadbury had 2 naira and 1 naira 67 kobo slashed off their share prices in that order. Meanwhile, the top 5 trades at the exchange were that of UBA, Fidelity, Transcorp, Wema and Afribank PLC. UBA traded 113 million in volume of shares, worth 3.6 billion naira. Fidelity Bank PLC traded 31 million ordinary shares, worth 108 million naira. Transcorp exchanged a 23 million ordinary shares for 224 million naira. Wema Bank PLC traded over 19 million shares for a total value of 87 million naira, while Afribank PLC exchanged 18 million shares for 208 million naira. That concludes the business segment of the news. Do stay tuned for sports updates.